Good morning. It's Monday. It's Monday the 14th of September. We're on a rota shift. So I'm on the 8 a.m.s this week. Dave is on the 4 p.m s. Cass is on the noons. So if you joined us for the first time last week, and we're just getting into the routine of the LLT movement snack team. Every Monday morning we have a rota change. Plus, there's usually some anomalies in the week as we shift and adjust to our usual working days. So, hello catch-uppers, you're going to be the first ones to get this, other than Bob. Hello Bob, where's Dusty? Dustin, I thought you'd like that one. Did you approve of that one, Bob? A little bit cheesy for a Monday, I know, but I thought she'd do the job. Catch-uppers and late replayers, enjoy the catch-up. Thanks for all of your reports of catch-ups after, and wherever you are in the world, do keep us posted. Thank you, Dee, for communicating to us on a regular daily basis, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much. Of course, Red Rita, who's usually here on the lives, and the Frans and the Janes and all those people that catch up regularly. Thanks for your reports. Please keep them coming. For now, I'm going to come and be sociable with the Alive-O movement snackers. Hello Bob, hello Chris, morning Bex and everyone, says Miss Perry from Wales, Port Albert type of region. Are you back in Amble? Are you back ambling, Bob? So I think we've got Amble and Dufferin Rhondda in on the movement snack. This is the preamble, the pre-broadcast broadcast. So as I posted on the pre-message earlier, this could be your week one, this could be your first movement snack, I don't know. It's never too late to join in. Come on. Frances arrived from glorious Bristol. Well, actually no, she said it's from Bristol and it's a glorious day. But I spent many years in Bristol, Frances, and it is indeed glorious. I used to work at the Bristol Hippodrome, selling ice creams. Oh yes, I'm very familiar with the theatre. Let's not go there. Ambling it is. Bob's in Amble. Hello, Francis. What else? My mum's in. Mum's ready for the off. Ready for the off, mum. Dad's out with the dog, so you're going to get going with the movement snack with me this morning. Does it feel a bit odd doing a movement snack with me not in the house? I bet it does. Who else is in? Bolton's arrived. Hello, Bolton. Come on. Is Paul with you, Vivian? Is it the two of you? Are you a duo or an uno today? So sorry, just to get back to some explanations. In about 3.5 minutes, we will indeed get on with the movement snack. But here in the preamble, as you can see or read and hear, we just have a welcome, get everyone in the zone, as it were. Refresh, give people time to not find the devices, but find the page, which I know sometimes can be challenging. Adie's in. Which mean Adie's from my patch is in. Good to see you, Adie. Sort of. What does that mean, Mum? Sort of. Don't know. Cambridge has arrived. Oh, deal. So we're kind of pretty well spread. The rest of the Port Albert posse are on their way in. Cup of teas in hand. Gillian with a J. Miss Perry just waiting for Gillian with a G to complete that. Any Scottish movement snackers in yet? Any Scottish flags to fly? We've got the Welsh, we've got the English. No overseas snackers yet, as Red Rita not yet arrived. So as you will know, the 8 a.m. movement snack from views is by far the most popular. I think it's the one that everyone can probably count on in context of a routine. Kicks off the day really well, gets all the moving parts and supporting parts refreshed, revitalised and ready to go. And Bob sent me a French flag. Is that because you'd like to be in France? But you're not, you're in Amble. But part of you is French, I think is what we're saying here. I can see Margaret's arrived, Chaos has arrived. All right, Chaos. Minute to go and then we're going to get going, I think. So I get these notifications that people are watching, but they don't always comment, but that's okay. It's great to have your comment. So I can kind of see lots of you are tuning in now with a minute to go. Diana's arrived, Red Rita's arrived, Jill is in, Jill Burns. Is it a duo or an uno, Jill? One or two of you? Come on, help me out with this preamble. Remember, myself, Dave and Kaus are just here talking to a little screen. So these comments really support getting us in the zone and letting us help understand who's out there having a look. What's going on? Kaus, what are you telling us about Neve? Oh no, off for another 2 weeks. Oh no, that's rubbish. Sheila's arrived, the collective. Diana Ross is in from Somerset, ready to move and groove. Yes. We're so close. I think it's almost a 3-2-1. Final hellos. Jill's given me an uno no duo today. These snacks are excellent start to the day. Ah, Francis, you say all the right things, aren't they just? They're a proper body brain booster, and it gets us even just say hello to you lot is a complete joy. Spire Town, good morning everyone from sunny Spire Town. Indeed, gonna be a hot one, hot. Should we do it? 3-2-1. 3-2-1. Good morning, my name's Beckstown from Later Life Training. Welcome to week 26, hurtling our way towards 6 months of this movement snacking lark. Hello, Clive from Paris. Hello, Diana. Another Somerset. Christine Penzance, you're all in. Come on. Let me just say some vitals if it's your first time. Sit or stand options. Have a good look at the movement. Decide what is the best posture for you to perform that in. Have some external support around you. In the morning movement snack, we focus even more on ankles, feet and toes. You may be in socks, you may be in shoes. Make sure your floor surface is appropriate for you and all those things. Come on, let's get movement snacking. Circulation boost to start. Hello, Pat. I can see you watching, but you haven't said hello yet. Good morning. Scottish Flack is in. Morning, Jane. Right, come on. Here we go. Starting with the circulation boost, which is our 2 minutes that starts every movement snack designed to do that. Boost the circulation. So take up some external support if you're starting in stand. Weight is even, gap between the feet, feel balanced, feel strong. Decide where you want that external support to give you optimum length through the centre, and start gradual, rhythmical, your pace, not my pace. So here's the standing position for the circulation boost, and the external support can be wherever is best for you. Continue with that in stand. I'll put in some seated options. So from your sit position, sit tall. So we're looking to have an active sit position, lift and lengthen, activity through the centre, and starting perhaps from top down rather than bottom up. So it really depends as to why you're in a sit position. So building these movements gradually from the shoulder. If you have intention to progress to standing work, we put in an extra movement here, this hip walk forward, backside just past centre. This then means you've got more leg room to perhaps bring in the lower limb, even though you are sat down. Really for you to decide. And in the morning movement snack in particular, loads of focus on ankles, feet and toes, preparing that these body parts for standing activities. Lots of options in sit. You may want to just take the heels up. If you can peel the whole foot up, see how that feels for you here in the hips. You may want to mix that up with some alternating toes, and over time bring those together. Maybe single arm with the legs, bring it together when you can. Whether you're on sit or whether you're in stand, your pace, your rhythm. We're transferring the weight in stand from one leg to the other, so maintain this activity through the centre with your normal breathing. It should feel comfortable, it should feel good, and you should feel this is a really gradual lift out of resty, sleepy state into active, energised, revitalised. And here we're just building the range of motion. Can you see the march action is driven by my ankles, feet and toes. Heels off first, toes just off and then down. So we're trying to find this action very much likened to how we walk. Arms coming in together. How do you feel? Do you feel the need to take a couple of those? That's what we're after. So this is the boost loads of physiological changes happening within the circulatory system, a little bit of lift out of resting heart rate. And we've started to literally switch on like that, switch on all the supporting parts and the moving parts to get ready for our key mobilising movements, the key landmarks of the body. So we're going to start with the top trio, the shoulder, the neck and the head movements. And these three movements work together in daily life. And here in the movement snack, we focus on each of these movements to make most of them, literally that. So in sit, here's the shoulder raise here, a lift and a lower. Maintain the activity through the centre. If you're happy with a lift and lower, into the full roll. I say the full roll, the full backward roll, you know what I mean. So this one brings in even more action, even more muscles here. It's a lift and a press back, and we're trying to open up the chest here. Can you feel? So each of these movements, one at a time, the biggest possible comfortablest range of motion you can on that. Can you see my head stay still? If you're in stand, take up external support so that we don't compromise the balance or challenge the balance. Not looking to challenge balance. Maintain all this activity through the centre. Balanced weight across both feet. There. You may feel that you want to do a few extra. That's okay. You might want to focus more on one side than the other. End the job. So make sure after each one you come back to base, that start point where the shoulders are down and relaxed. So those shoulder movements are in activities of daily living like washing, dressing, lifting, grabbing. If we're using our arms, we're essentially using our shoulders. And as you probably know, this joint action here is the most mobile of the whole body. Can be prone to discomfort and injury because of that, because its range of motion is huge. I mean, your hips can't do that, can they? If they can, you're very special. All right, moving on then, the second of our top end trio, and it's the head turns. Have a look. Have a sit down for this one if it's the first time you've done it, because any head movement may challenge your balance. Have a look. It's the side turn and the return. Pause in the middle. This is significant. This allows you to literally reorientate, see how you're responding to that head turn. Can you see that my chin is level? It doesn't dip or rise. If you are doing this in stand, external support, everything else remains in place there. And if you do feel a bit wobbly when the head turns, lots of stuff going on here in between the ears. Our vestibular system is in here, greatly contributes to our balance mechanism. So I want the focus now to be on mobility, not balance. So do have a perch, have a sit down or rest your backside on something. And we're looking to make the most of that head turn. Goes without saying, if you're using vision as your primary sense to navigate the world, you're going to need to turn your head. So this movement here is absolutely key, and it links to the shoulder movement. So just think about driving a car, walking, mobilise around your own home, looking behind you to see where you're going, crossing the road, all that stuff is in there. So these head movements, neck connected to shoulder, there. How does it feel? First thing in the morning, it might take you a while to feel comfortable with that because we've been in a fixed position sleeping, unless you're a restless sleeper. Third movement of this top trio is another head one. If I take this face onto you, literally face on, you may not see a lot happening. Hopefully you can see that my shoulders are fixed there. But when I turn sideways, you can see what's happening to the neck here, there. Now you can either move the head away from the fingers, here's a reference point, or guide it back. But can you see it's really isolating, literally perching the head on top of the spine. And you can imagine your head is very heavy. And in daily life, most of our activities happen in front of us here, so we become a little bit flexed, the head might come forward, and all of these things affect our balance in standing and sit positions. So with the shoulder roll setting us back, neck is long, mobile neck through here, and then plus that extra third one here, just to ease it back. These three together work collectively to help with reach, grab, walking positions, posture positions. How does that feel? Now, of course, this trio is connected underneath from the trunk trio. But before we go into trunk trio, let's put in another little bit of circulation boost. So the Circ Boost aims to literally keep the heart rate ticking over, increasing that blood flow to muscles and body parts and supporting parts. So this feeling of needing to take deeper breaths, not being breathless, not being out of breath is what we're after. In sit, as again, that could either be from the bottom end, or it might just be that you want to focus on trunk movements and shoulder movements and make these bigger, not faster. And here, can you see I've got a little bit of extra turn here coming through the trunk, because our third trio is our kind of key movements that we ask of the trunk every single day in daily life. That's a bend, a turn, and an extend. Anything that's going to bend the trunk and bring the head with it may challenge balance, so use external support. We're looking to improve and enhance range of motion here, not to challenge balance. Take a wider stance. This literally wider base will give you a stronger anchor. Knees are unlocked, so you've got a little bit of activity here in the thighs. Lengthen is the first thing. Grow from here, from the hip to the first rib. Our first movement of the trunk is the side bend. There and return. And just take a pause again to adjust. You may want to release the legs here, go into position again, and then to do the other side here. And as you can see in this position, because I've got external support either side, I can keep this fingertip touch here. This contact with this gives my brain a little bit more information, might help me feel more confident, or you may prefer to have it in front of you, here. And the feeling is that you're only bending sideways only. In the chair, the anchor is the buttocks. Might be the feet as well, depends how strong or how you use your lower limbs in daily life. Here, as we take the bend, the buttocks stay even. Imagine your weight is even across your backside here. Lift and lengthen, take the bend. Now you could add an extra reach with the arm, or you could take the arms here, for example, or maybe you want a little bit of extra support to actually give you more confidence to take that bend using the arms of the chair. Come up to centre each time. This pause in the centre enables you to lift a bit taller and make sure that nothing's happened during that movement. So it's all very well, isn't it, setting up an optimum start position, but then as we start to move, things might happen. We might start to slump, we might start to sag. So come to the centre, fly all those prompts around your head, lift tall, open the shoulder blades, make the most of that bend here. We're not over-egging this, either side, 4 or 5 times, and just focus on the range of the motion. Second of the trunk trio movements is the turn, the twist. And we're looking to control any kind of twisting actions or bending actions of the trunk. So remove any momentum so that as you take the turn, the hips stay forward. Again, pausing in the centre. You may feel more confident to have the external support in front of you for this so that you can slide the hand along, or indeed you could use the wall here. So we're looking to improve and enhance the turning function here in the trunk. And this is in, again, every activity, mobilising in and out of chairs, in and out of bed, washing, dressing, getting up from the floor, gardening, turning, reach. It's all in there. It's all in there. And what we're looking to do here is make the most of it. Probably you are using all these movements, but are you ever really taking your ranges of motion to their fullest possible potential? That's what we're trying to do here. Keep the length. Make sure this is as long as you can before you turn. Same in sit. Buttocks, if you are using lower limb to some degree, then this will form part of your base as well. And as you turn, no lifting or shifting, no buttock lift-offs here. So anchor the buttocks and then turn. And you might want to just relax the arms, or you might want to take an extra reach across. Either way, we've gone bendy, we've gone turny. Now we're up for the Hey Big Extender. Our Shirley Bassey special is the Hey Big Extender. Now already in this snack this morning, I've talked about standing taller, growing from the middle. This back extension extends that just a little bit. So from sit or stand, lengthen to upright posture. This may already feel like it's your optimum position, just to be upright here. If so, that's your extender done. But can you just ease the hands here, or the back of the palm, as if you're in your back pockets, and take an extra extend there. The gaze stays forward, this forward arm, so the head in the neck position doesn't change. Have a look here, there, and the hips don't move. There's no thrusting, shall we say. So imagine there's something in front of the hip here, and I extend at the top end, but nothing changes from the waist down. Same in sit. I'll turn a bit sideways so you can see. Lengthen up first, and then the extra extend. And release after each one. This is significant. So don't stay up there. Just really come back to a complete rest off, ease off, switch off position, and grow again, grow again. Just take your time through that. Lift and open the chest as well. And you'll know that if you spend a lot of time in bendy flex positions, we instinctively want to lift and extend. And even crowbarring these movements in, if you've been on a long Zoom in a meeting, if you've been working, if you've been reading, if you've been sat and you've been flexed forward, all of this stuff, a bit of a circ boost, a bit of a bend, a bit of a lift, a bit of a turn, all of this stuff can support boosting your body systems regularly throughout the day. All right, we're on the last one. That was the trunk trio. Now we're on ankles, feet and toes. If lower limb's not on your radar, go back through those top two trios again, or pick the one you want to focus on the most, focus on the mostest. Here we're just before we go into the ankle, feet and toe, heel toe, let's take some feet. So get the toes working as well, so have a scrunch of the toes. On this movement, can you feel you leave the ball of the foot behind? So this is how we articulate the feet as well. We need this movement from our toes and our foot as we walk. So that's the first one. And then we're going to take the ankle movement here with a bit of hip. So the supporting leg is also working for us, a little unlock of the knee, loads of activity here in the centre. And can you see, have a glance down, you're trying to get the toe where the heel is. It stays under the hip, that's significant. Have a look to check what's happening, is happening. Look ahead if you feel you can, but if you need to keep glancing down to check that range of motion, do so. Don't forget to do both sides. Here's the sit options, a couple of sit options. You can replicate exactly the same movement as stand here, but because we're sat now, hips in a different position, this might not be, depending how tall you are actually, depending how long your legs are, this one may or may not feel comfortable. If it feels good for you, go for it. If you feel a bit squashed here in the hip, you may prefer to take a hip walk back, 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 back. Lift the foot slightly off the floor and take the push and the pull here. Similar movements to our calf stretch and the 4 p.m, but mobility moves. We keep it moving. We haven't got that pause position for the stretch, and we're trying to get the toes forward and then the toes back. And can you feel, you'll start to feel this in the back of the calves, in the front of the shins. We need this action for when we walk. Don't forget to do both sides, and give yourself an extra Mexican wave with the toes in the shoes. And then to bring that all together, if you would like, this is how the ankles, feet and toes work. is applied to walking, to stride. Heel strike at the front end, heel rise at the back end, all with that support coming in from the trunk. We've pretty much moved all your key landmarks of the body. So if you'd like to finish with a bit of a squeeze and a hug before I send you off into your day, you might want a final drive through the arms, extras in there. And if you really wanted to, you might want to crowbar in your first sit to stand of the day, mindfully with a lower, or crowbar in your first jockey lift of the day. See what I did there? Sneaky, extra crowbar in. How many sit to stands can you crowbar in between now and lunchtime before you see Kels? So it's about the move and snack. Thanks for joining in, blah, blah. Keep it going, a little bit of Sept boost every hour, why not? And I'll see you tomorrow morning, back at 8 a.m. Thank you very much, snack mates. Every movement counts. We're in the business of accumulating additional movement minutes. So go deploy into your day. Thanks for all your messages. I'm going to go around and have a read now.